Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to more Adventures with American Truck Simulator. Today we have a double achievement potential day. Yes, we've got behind us here, if we look, we've got some scrapped cars on the back of us. We are in just kind of the western edge of Oklahoma here, and we have two goals. We're taking these to, yes, I found a delivery to Alamosa, Colorado. Whoops, way out here. In the west from where we are in the kind of the western edge of Oklahoma. Alamosa is the only town I haven't been to yet in Colorado, which means we will get the Colorado achievement for going to all the cities in the state. And on the way, we can swing up right through the panhandle. It just adds a little bit of a detail in Oklahoma here to get the last scenic viewpoint we need to get in Oklahoma, thereby getting us 2 achievements in one day. Let's get this truck out on the road. And if you didn't see the last episode, we have a new... well, you can't see it really there, but I'll show it off later. We have the white-tailed deer paint job, and we have the new Mack Pinnacle truck that we're checking out. Now this load here, it's scrap metal. It won't really pay us very much, but it's going right to Alamosa, which solved that problem, so not really too worried about money. Got some comments to talk about on the way here as well. Got a bunch of people posting some interesting comments on yesterday's episode. And this is a 7-hour and 52-minute drive starting about noontime on Wednesday. Should be, looks like, it might be a beautiful drive. Could we dare perhaps even hope that we might find a hidden road? We shall see. But as we head out here on Oklahoma, I'm excited to be back in the truck. Now, the last delivery was a perfect delivery, which does give us 1 in a row. I'll talk a little bit more about perfect deliveries as we go. There's been a lot of chatter in the comments about perfect deliveries, and I totally get it. I can't. This is one thing I do wish I could fix in the game. Maybe someone, it'd be cool if there were a mod that allowed you to lean forward. Because if I'm looking to the right at a road that's way back behind me, I would always lean forward and I'd look down that way. But you can't do this in the game. So I always try to pull out a little bit into the lane and then use the mirrors to check it out. And it's probably not the safest way to do that. But yes, so anyway, we do have 1 perfect delivery. If we can get this nearly 8-hour delivery perfect, that would give us 2 in a row. But we'll get a little bit out on the road here as we start to slide up into the panhandle of Oklahoma, and then we'll check back in. We're about an hour into our drive now, cutting through some very flat Oklahoma farmland and ranch land here. Just got the pedal on 65 cruise control. Sitting nice and easy, very smooth drive so far, no problems, and the weather, as we can see, is absolutely spectacular for making good time. I have been kind of keeping my eyes open for potential hidden roads, but every single one I've seen has had those little "you can't go there" X's in front of it, so nothing hopeful yet, but looks like we might have some decisions. No, looks like we're just going to fly right through this town, I think. One thing I do appreciate, so talking about this new Mack, whoops, we've got to slow down. One thing I do appreciate with this Mack Pinnacle, it's a small thing, right? This is basically trying out. The dashboard has visible information on it. So it sounds like a little thing, but like when I put on the high beams, right? So lights are on. I put on the high beams. I get the little indicator and I can see it. It's blue right on my dashboard and I can see it nice and clear. The other thing I like too is when I hit the cruise control. So if I put the cruise control, it might be hard to see in the video, but if I put the cruise control on, it shows in the bottom left hand of the dashboard, the cruise control is on and it shows the speed I've set it at. I just feel like those little touches are really nice. And I do like the sound of this Pinnacle too. It's pretty good. I don't feel like it has the pickup of the Volvo, but I do, no, gated off. I do feel like it has a lot of power, so it just takes a while to get there. But anyway, yeah, enjoying the ride so far. That, nope, crossed off, and I missed that one. Can't see. Anyway, I think we've been down this road before, and I think I'm hunted for hidden roads on this road before, and I don't think there are any, or at least any that we explored. Heading up now towards Gaiman. That looked like a hidden road. Oops, we are flying. Anyway, we're going so fast, we're gonna get a speeding ticket here. There we go. Anyway, we'll cut through this town, get out the other side, and keep making our way on here. We've really been making good time here with our scrap cars on the back. All right, we're going to try the right on red here. Feel like we did everything right. And yes, made it. Good. Gonna risk another right on red as we make our way through Gaiman. I feel like they're gonna nail us on some of these, but so far so good. I think, so before, if you've been a long time viewer, you know that you tend to get a lot of tickets on right turns right on red. Theoretically, you're supposed to be able to do it, and you're supposed to be able to do it in the game, but it never quite seemed to, about 50% of the time I would get violations, but I think I figured out how to make it work. The key is you have to be at a complete stop, you have to have your indicator on in the right direction, you have to turn into the closest lane. I'm not sure about that one, but I think you can lose it if you turn too wide. And the last thing is you also have to be very close to the stop line, because I think what the game is looking for, it's looking for a certain distance between the stop line and the road, and then when you turn. So if you stop too far away from it, then start up, it doesn't register as you're being stopped at the stoplight, and then it gives you a ticket. So I've had really good luck lately. I haven't gotten any fines lately when I make sure that I'm very close, come to a full stop really close to the stop line. Power tip. We are coming up on our scenic viewpoint in Oklahoma pretty soon here, but we have time for a little comment here. This is perfect time. This is like one of the easiest places to talk and drive, right? Because it's straight, it's flat, there's no traffic, go the speed limit. It's like perfect. It's not so hard for me. Sometimes when you're in a city trying to talk, it's like you're watching lights and traffic, and it's just not that easy. But
go straight on.
That's not a hidden road. That's not a hidden road either. Yes, to go back to the point, Paul13GR asked a really interesting question at the end of the last video. He says, nice video. I was wondering why you don't pull your driving seat back. It will give you a better field of view and something that I can't see, and you can see your left side mirror. Yeah, I know. You can bypass the way station. Excellent. That's a great point. I think what it is, I used to do that, and I tend to do that, but I think when you switch trucks, it shifts you into kind of a neutral, back to the default one. And so I just forget all the time. And even in the last episode I was driving, it's like, wow, I feel like I'm really far forward in the truck, but I didn't even think to change my seat back. So thanks for the reminder. I did play with the seating arrangement on the seat. Now, I still can't see the mirrors on this one. They're off to the side. I don't want to pull it very far back because I feel like then you see more of the truck and less of the scenery. But I did adjust it a little bit, move it a little bit to the right and stuff like that to get kind of a little bit better view and a little bit wider field of view. It's easier to drive this way, I think. So thanks for the reminder. And yeah, happy to adjust the seats. Sometimes I think especially when you get used to one truck for a while and it just sits that way and then you shift to a new truck, I just totally forget to do it. Anyway, we are just a couple of minutes, I think, from this cut point, scenic viewpoint. Let's not get a speeding ticket as we go through Oklahoma. It's right at the rotary down here. My guess is it's going to just be some kind of a viewpoint for this town or this building that's here. We're drawing close to the last scenic viewpoint in Oklahoma, way out here in the tip of the panhandle. It's over there. This must be a one-way around this. Yeah, it looks like it is. So let's just... Wow, it's right in the middle of the road here. We will stop right here. And check it out. E. Enter. Boise City. Huh. Okay, that would be Idaho, but apparently there's a Boise City in Oklahoma too. Out in the very far edge. Most excellent. They tend to show us churches, as usual. Anyway, we'll let this cycle through. If there's anything interesting, superbly interesting that pops up, I'll let you know. But another Midwestern town. They have a big iron dinosaur there. That's interesting. There you have it, Boise City, Oklahoma. And I didn't see the achievement pop up. Usually they pop... Oh, I think they stopped popping up on me now. For some reason, they're not... Like before, in-game, I would always see the achievement pop up in the bottom left corner. But for whatever reason, they've stopped doing that for me now. So I have to check them at the end of every episode. But we are through that. Next up, we're going to go a few more hours and grab some sleep. But it's about 3 in the afternoon. I think we need about 2 hours or so, and then we can sleep. We'll probably deliver the last couple hours in the dark. But... All right. I think that's a hidden road. Behind us. There's no X's on it. We're going to go hunt it down. I think maybe if we're lucky we can cross this. I think this is a hidden road. I didn't see any X's here, and there's this connection to it, and it's a big road, and it looks inviting. I think we got one. Yes! New passage, map updated. Where does it go, though? Oh, it's probably just a... Let's take a look at the map and see if we can figure this out, but let's not play around on the train tracks here. I think it's going to just take us right out here to Tyson Farms. Okay, so it'll be a little bit of a detour. We'll loop around, but I want to explore the hidden road for sure. This is fun. Scored one. Another Oklahoma hidden road. I do think that's something I'm noticing as a pattern. Like if you come into a place, I'll show you on the map again. This can be, because I think this has been working a lot. If you come into something that fish hooks like this, going to the Tyson place and comes from a road, and there's a shortcut from the main road to the delivery place, I feel like a lot of times they're putting in hidden roads to save you from going all the way around. So they're like little shortcuts to the drop-off delivery zones. Seems to be a thing. Because we are going to just slide right into Tyson Farms from the back way here. Yep, just as we suspected. Anyway, we'll loop through the farm here with our smashed up cars and get back out on the road and then head back out towards Colorado. We have just slid over the Oklahoma-New Mexico border and sliding up towards Colorado. We're just in New Mexico for a little while, but we've made it over the halfway point on the journey as well. Another comment from, I wanted to kind of mention, this one from Lucifer Morningstar. We're heading towards a sleeping area, by the way, so like about another half hour down there, we're going to pull over and grab some sleep. Says, I love your vids. Can I just ask, when they update the game, do you have to start over again every time? When I reload the game after an update, it tries to continue career. It always says you can't do it. You can reload the profile, but it says it won't work because obviously the mods are different too. That's a great question. I think if you're new to the game, that's not at all clear. And I remember when I was first doing mods, I had that same question, which makes me think I might do just a tutorial video, like a newbie's guide to mods, because you've got Steam Workshop mods and you've got mods for that are on different sites for some of the larger mods. So there's quite a bit there, and it's not, I think, readily apparent sometimes. And then you have load order to consider as well, and how to activate them. So I might just do like a general beginner's guide to mods tutorial, especially now that the user interface has changed. It'll probably stay this way for a while. But the answer is no, you can keep the same saves, but there are some caveats there. So this save that we're driving now is the first American Truck Simulator save that I did, except for maybe like one I did for like a minute before I started making videos with it. And the same thing with Euro Truck Simulator. So these saves are 2-3 years old now, but they're very lightly modded, because what happens when the game gets updated is that a lot of times the mods need to get updated as well. And if you try to play the game with the out-of-date mods, you can run into troubles, especially if it's like a map mod or it's like a weather mod and stuff like that. They can cause problems with your game. It might not work that well. So you generally have to wait and then update the mods to the new versions of the game, then take out the ones that are no longer working, activate the good ones. But when you do that, you're going to get a warning when you start up the game. It's going to say, hey, are you sure you know what you're doing here? Because you've got mods that are gone, and you're going to start the game up. The game might not work. But because you've replaced it with the up-to-date replacement of the old mod, you should be fine. Likewise, you can pull a mod out of a game, and the save should work fine. Now, what I don't know actually is, like, if we had the Mexico mod in the game, like the map mod in the game, and we were down in Mexico, and then we took the Mexico mod out of the game and started up the game, what would happen, right? Because our truck would have been in Mexico, but now there's no Mexico in the game. That to me seems like that would be risky. So you don't want to do kind of risky things with it, I imagine. But maybe the game just says, well, you're in a stupid place, and so it just tosses you back to, or it asks you where you want to go on the map or something. I'm not sure, but generally I think these are pretty durable. But that's kind of it. Make sure you update the mods with the correct versions, and you should be okay, and you could ignore those warnings. But yeah, for the most part, caveat emptor, right? You might you might find it's a little bit different. And here is our sleeping spot, a little bit by the road here. Nighty night. We'll see you in the dark or in the early morning. Oh, 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's raining. I feel like every time I go to sleep now, I turn my high beams on because the rain's out here. All right, so that went from a really nice day to a really dark and rainy day here. This could be a little bit challenging. Let's speed our wipers up here. There's a lot of traffic out here at 4 in the morning too in New Mexico. People start early in New Mexico. All right, I think we can go now. Anyway, we've got a little bit under 3 hours left, and the drive just got a little bit more interesting, especially if we're thinking about trying to make a perfect delivery, because darkness and rain always impacts things here. Anyway, we'll check in a little bit as we get farther down the road. Welcome to Colorado, and welcome to the way station. I don't know how we get there. Oh, okay. Looks like it's down and off here to the right. Yeah, we've been here before, and I've been to this way station before. This is how we first came into Colorado. Up here, over the hill, down the other side, into the way station, and then on the way. We've got a little bit under 2 hours left as we're going. The sun's poking. It's getting brighter, but no sun around here. It's a dreary, rainy day, but still, I can't help but feel like the rain isn't quite in sync with the cloud cover in the game, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if anybody else feels the same way. Like, if you look around here, those are kind of light, sparse clouds, and it is pouring inside the truck. So it just feels a little odd. It feels like there should be more cloud cover for the rain. Not that I'm complaining, right? It's just an observation. It's like what it feels like inside the truck and with the weather, and the rain around the truck feels a little different. Did want to talk, in the last episode I was musing about what do truck drivers think about on long drives, and Jolly Roger, who is a truck driver, posted his thoughts on that, and so I thought I would share that as we get back out onto the highway here and try not to get killed in this early morning Colorado traffic. There we go. I think it's pretty straight now, so I think I can read and do this. Never really sure, but don't try this at home. Me, as a long-distance truck driver, as crazy as I might be, I just think about regular stuff. Stuff like what I just listened to on Sirius XM about what's happening to the trucking industry and what's going on in the economy, or what load I might be getting next, or about the shipper or receiver, what I need to do there once I get there, if I get there driving the way I'm doing this. And I'm too tired, I just jam out to music. Or I might listen to talk shows or audiobooks if not too tired. Or I just think about my wife and the 2 Siberian Huskies we got. Sure do miss everyone at home when I'm gone for weeks at a time. Thanks for sharing, Jolly Roger. I was thinking about what do I listen to as well, and it feels pretty consistent. Like, you're just thinking about random stuff. Because on long car rides, it's probably the same. It's just, as a truck driver, you spend so much time in those long drive modes. So thanks for sharing. By the way, Jolly Roger, thank you for rejoining the Patreon too as a member too. So that's very kind of you. Appreciated. Thoughts there. By the way, if you to kind of connect to that, if you are interested, there's a channel Patreon, and I've started a Discord for paid Patreon members. So there's a link down below in the description if people might want to check that out. I've got about, I'd say probably about 20 people active there talking about board games and trucking simulators and other strategy games and everything that's going on too. So it's a fun little group, and I'm really happy with that, with how it's started out there. So thanks to everybody who has been watching, that's been posting there too. And about an hour and 18 minutes left. We get on the side roads. I don't think I've driven this part of Colorado before. We're heading right towards Alamusa here in our final stretch. So we'll crank out some miles, and we'll see you as we get closer to our final destination. It's been a fun little stretch of Colorado highway, kind of winding ranch, mixture of ranch land and some rolling hills and some wooded areas. Kind of all these, not a divided highway, but 2 lanes going in either way, or 1 lane going in each way, some up and down climbing and some fun turns, kind of some curvy roads here to keep you entertained. It's been a fun little drive. I've enjoyed this little stretch because I know I haven't been on this one. Whoa, it's a little wide here. Come back. It was wet. Thought there wasn't anything coming. But yeah, it's been a little enjoyable ride here. We've got about 12 minutes to go before we arrive. So just about to Alamusa. I can see the final destination flag up on the right-hand side. And, knock on wood, still perfect so far. Is that a hidden road? Tempting. Alamusa discovered. This should give us that achievement, too. Now, right here, I would expect some kind of a shortcut in here. I haven't seen one. Here? Nope, brick wall. Apparently, no shortcut here. Final stretch here. Got to pull up to Western Metal. So we took it from Western Metal in Oklahoma to Western Metal in Colorado. I wonder what kind of parking we will get. I'm sure I've dropped stuff. I'm sure I have, right? But I don't remember. A 90, yes. Oh, that looks... Actually, there's boxes in front of that? What's with that? Oh, yeah, I think I know which one this is. This is one where you have the little cart that's in the way, and you have to drop it in front of that cart. I think. All right, yeah, so there's that little... There's stuff in the way. We have to drop it in at an angle and then put it in. Okay. Challenge accepted. Let's line this up. Alright, I think I'm going to try it this way at first. See if we can get really close to that bin and then turn. Now, cut it this way. And then cut it this way. Oh, I think I screwed it up. We're going to hit this, aren't we? Maybe not. And now, straighten her out. But we still got to cut it. We might have it if we can adjust it. This way. Nah, I messed this up. Totally messed this up. I cut it too tight. Look at that. I didn't have to get it that close. I did too clean a work. Ah, bummer. Wanted to get that on the first shot. Well, we'll readjust here. Yeah. Don't judge us. Done. Scrap metal in. It was a terrible parking job. I was way too close to that edge. But it was a perfect delivery. Yes, $14,000. We'll take it. Should get a pretty nice chunk of experience. Yep, climbing our way up to level 31. And we should have those 2 achievements now, which is good. That gives us both of those things. Let's, from here, we're going to go next. I want to go up to get the last city in Idaho, which is Salmon, Idaho. So we'll head northwest and see if there's any other achievements we can pick up along the way. I'll put a link to our next episode as soon as it's ready. Thanks for dropping in, everybody. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.